Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek Cupboard. I'm Penge and welcome to day 23 of the Geek Cupboard's Fes-tea-ve Advent Countdown 2021, and this should be very easy to find because of course there are now very few teas left on our wonderful Advent calendar. So we're not looking on this first panel here because that's now empty. Right, okay, there we go. We're right up in the corner here. And okay, right, I see what you're doing here, Advent calendar. So number 23, the tea for today is 3 licorice. A sweet song of flavoursome licorice from Kazakhstan, Georgia and Egypt. Okay, now it has been sort of established as we've been going through our Advent calendar this year that I'm not the biggest fan of licorice. I don't really like licorice, I never really have. So this one here, this has got 3 types of licorice in. So either the combination of these is going to be an absolute revelation to me and I'm going to be converted, or I am going to not like this tea very much at all. I mean, we'll see. We will see. Hang on though, let's read the little thing here. As sweet can be, with 3 forms of licorice blended beautifully for tea. I mean, yeah, if they've been blended beautifully, specifically with a cup of tea in mind, perhaps it'll work. I do not know. There is only one way to find out. That's to try the tea. And of course, to do that, we need to brew it, which means we need to go to the kettle. And here we are with our might be lovely, might not be lovely. I am not entirely sure. I will have to get back to you on that in a moment. Freshly brewed cup of 3 licorice tea. And I mean, to look at this, I am very surprised because I thought this was going to be a black tea. I thought it would be a very strong looking black tea, but no, it's kind of like a sort of a yellowy looking green tea almost. But there we go. So that's the first surprise. I mean, hopefully the taste can be the big surprise. I mean, to smell this, I can't smell anything at all from down here. If I give this a proper smell, yeah, I can't smell anything there either. Now, that might mean that it has no smell, or it might mean that it has a very subtle smell, and I can't pick it up because my nose isn't working properly. So there we go. I can't really smell anything. However, it's all about the taste, isn't it? So here we go. Here we go. Now, of course, I'm expecting licorice, of course. That is the flavour that I'm expecting from this, because, of course, it's called 3 licorice. The clue is in the name. So I'm expecting licoricey sweetness from this. So here we go. Here we go. Let's try some 3 licorice tea. Okay, wow. Okay. Okay, that's very sweet. That's very, very sweet. Oh, there you go. You get the lingering sweetness. Okay, so there's an initial burst of sweetness. You get a very big sort of burst of sweetness, and then you kind of get the lingering sweetness afterwards, as we've had with some other licorice teas so far on the calendar. But that's certainly stronger, of course, as you would expect, because it's 3 licorices wrapped into one. Okay, do you know what? I'm going to go in for number 2. Yeah, it's just very sweet. It's just very sweet. Yeah, you get that first hit, and then there's kind of, yeah, like if you lick your lips afterwards, there's some sweetness sort of, left behind. It's, yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it is by no means my favourite tea, but it's not the worst one we've had. I think this is better than the, there was a licorice one with mint, wasn't there? I think this is better than that one. I enjoy this more than that. I think because we haven't got the mintiness kind of mingling with things. Do you know what? It's okay. It is okay. It is not my favourite by any means, but yeah, there we go. I'll finish it. It's okay. It's just very odd. It's very sweet. It's very, very sweet. And I don't normally go for sweet teas. Like I don't have sugar in my tea or such like. So, Joe, it's okay. It's okay. We'll go through it. So let's have a look at today's question. So today's question comes from Buttery Bread and Ashley, Rebecca, and probably some more people as well who did ask it, amidst sort of big lists of other questions. And they have asked, what is your favourite game of 2021? Which is a very good question. Very good question. Very appropriate as well for this sort of time of year. So I went back and had a look, and I've kind of picked games that came out this year. I didn't pick games that we played this year, because something like Crusader Kings 3, we did play this year, but we started playing like in August of 2020. So we finished it this year, but we started it last year. So I would say that's kind of, that's a 2020 game. So I've been looking for sort of 2021 games, although I am sort of going to break some of the rules with what I just said there. Because the first thing on my list is Mr. Prepper. Oh, I loved Mr. Prepper. Now, the full version was released this year. I think we did play it last year in a very sort of early alpha version or something like that. But yeah, so Mr. Prepper was released this year. That was really good. I really enjoyed Mr. Prepper. Farm Manager 2021. That came out this year. Of course it did. And I love Farm Manager. Farm Manager's wonderful. It's just such a nice sort of calm game to play. And yes, it has its quirks. I mean, the 2021 version has less quirks than the previous version, but, it's got its sort of weird eccentricities, but that's fine. That's fine. I don't mind that so much. Dorf Romantic. Dorf Romantic, I enjoy playing that, the sort of tile-based city builder thing. That was a lot of fun. I mean, then sort of things that we've been playing sort of quite recently. City of Gangsters. City of Gangsters. I really enjoyed that. Surprisingly so. Surprisingly so. I didn't think I would, but I did. Sizable. Sizable was wonderful. If you didn't see Sizable, go and check it out. It's like a really clever, amazing puzzle game about sort of resizing and shrinking things. And these sort of the little levels are all beautiful. They're so well put together, so clever. Sizable is wonderful. Rain on Your Parade. I really enjoyed that. We played that, I don't know, back in Easter, was it, or summertime? I don't quite know. But that was really good fun. You just played this little sort of cloud that went around the place and rained on people. And the game was just absolutely rammed full of pop culture references. It was brilliant. Going Medieval. That was really good. I really enjoyed that. We might well pop back to that at some point when there's a little bit more going on with it. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. I mean, I see sometimes on Twitter, on their Twitter page, people have made these absolutely exceptionally amazing castles. They've like got turrets and ramparts and drawbridges and these amazing things. And then I look at what we had in Geek Hampton and kind of think, yeah, we didn't kind of get to that level, but I really enjoyed it. Bear and Breakfast. I think we played this in the summer, did we? We only played the demo, but that was wonderful. It was really, really good. I like Bear and Breakfast. I look forward to playing more of that. Tavern Master. Again, we're playing that now, but we played that first, this sort of alpha version this year. I like Tavern Master. Tavern Master's really good. I think it's very fun. So that kind of gets the honourable mention on this list. Mini Motorways. Played that. Really enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. I mean, on our video, it was a bit of a shame that I didn't spot that sort of random building appearing and that causes problems. Because I think we could have done really well with that had I not, completely botched the whole thing. So, so Mini Motorways, that is very good fun. Overboard. I put Overboard on the list because that was wonderful. That was wonderful. And after I played it for the channel, after I'd done the video, I did go back and play it some more to try and uncover some more of the secrets because it's that type of game. The more you play it, the more you kind of find out about what's going on, who's going to be where, when, and you can try and sort of, develop strategies and stuff. So I went back to Overboard quite a few times because it's really, really good. And then sort of two that we were and are playing. So Honey, I Joined a Cult. I mean, that's a lot of fun. That is a lot of fun. It knows it is. It does not take itself seriously at all. It was just very, very silly. So yeah, I enjoyed that. And Shelter 2. I'm very much enjoying playing Shelter 2. I don't think I'm very good at Shelter 2, but I'm really enjoying playing it. So yeah, they're all honourable mentions. They're games that we played this year that have come out this year, apart from Mr. Prepper and possibly some others as well, but it's fine. We mostly played those this year. But there is one game that when I think back, I think, do you know what? Yeah, that game, that was amazing. And it was Unpacking. Unpacking is wonderful. It is a wonderful, fantastic, brilliant, splendid game. I really enjoyed playing Unpacking. And I mean, on the face of it, it shouldn't really work. When you look at what the game is about on a very sort of basic level, it's about taking things out of boxes and putting those things away. And that's kind of it. I mean, I've been doing that in real life. I've been doing that in real actual life. I've been doing proper real life unpacking because, of course, we've had all that kind of kitchen work done. So we packed away so much stuff and now we've had to unpack it and find new places in the new kitchen and in the new storage things we've got for the toys and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I've been doing real life unpacking. And so on the face of it, you kind of think, well, hang on, it's just a game about tidying up. Well, that's not very exciting. I don't really like tidying up in real life, let alone in a game. But it's sort of more than that because it's got the story. Unpacking has this amazing story. And I think that's why I found it so good. It's got a story in it, and it was very unexpected. I did not really expect the story to be quite as good as it was, but it's really clever because it doesn't tell the story with words. It tells the story through playing the game, which is really, really clever. I mean, I imagine that's very, very hard to do, but it works. It absolutely 100% works. The story is not forced upon you. It's just sort of there for you to discover. And maybe each time you play it, you might find a little bit more of the story here and there. And it's wonderful. It's really, really good. So you start off being, a sort of a youngster, and then you move on through life. And as you sort of go through the different levels, you learn new things about this person whose life you are unpacking. And it's just really good. It's really, really good. And of course, there is there's the moment, as I would call it, in unpacking. Do I need to do a kind of spoiler alert here? I might do a spoiler alert. So, spoiler alert. If you haven't played Unpacking and you want to play Unpacking, don't listen anymore because this might ruin things. So yeah, there you go. Spoiler alert. I'm kind of, the alarms are going off somewhere. Spoilers are happening. Yes, there is a bit in Unpacking where there's kind of a really sort of terrible moment of realization So you have this this sort of thing you've got that you put on your wall, which shows that you've graduated. It's like a sort of a fancy sort of framed thing that says, yes, there you go. This is your proudest thing you've achieved. You've graduated. It's brilliant. Well done, you. And in one of the houses, it hangs on the wall and it's absolutely fine. And then you move to a new place. It's a fancy apartment and you're moving in with somebody else. But this other somebody has loads of things. They've got loads and loads of things. And you don't have any room to hang this thing on the wall anymore. So your wonderful kind of achievement, this thing which you work really hard for and you strive to achieve, this wonderful, wonderful thing, you kind of have to tuck it under the bed. You kind of have to hide it away. And it's not good. That's the moment where you kind of go, oh, this person's made a terrible mistake. They've moved in with somebody who just doesn't care. They just do not care. They've not made any room for any of your stuff, and now they can't let you. There's no rooms, no wall space to hang this wonderful framed sort of university graduation kind of achievement thing. It's not there. So yeah, that moment there kind of properly hit. It was like, oh no, this is awful. And then when it moves sort of to the next thing, they've moved out, they've left that person, which is a good choice. Well done, unpacking character. And they've gone back home. So then you're kind of back at the first level with all these sort of new things. It's really clever. It's really, really clever. It's brilliant. And of course, yeah, you get to organise stuff as well, which is very nice. But yeah, the story, the way it tells a story without words and without sort of really sort of hammering the point home so much is very clever. It's very clever. And that is why I think that will be my game of 2021. I think, yeah, when I look back, I will think, oh yeah, Unpacking came out in 2021. That was completely brilliant. So there we go. Many, many good games came out this year. I've enjoyed playing a lot of them. But yes, I would say Unpacking is my favourite game of 2021. So there we go. We've had a little roundup of, some of the very best games and then the game that I think is the finest. So, right, I think with that done, the question is answered. I will go and, I was going to say go and enjoy this tea. I'll go and finish this tea. I'll go and drink my tea. And yes, we shall wrap things up for the moment. So for now, thank you very much for joining me for day 23 of the Fes-tea-ve Advent Countdown 2021. And I will see you next time. This robotic arm has salmonella on it. Okay, so we've got two things that are diseased. Be warned about Tutorial Robot. He's all sort of retro and adorable. I think he wants to destroy humanity. Hungry humans, come and order some food. 74% efficiency. Oh my goodness. Wow. There he is. There's a murderous robot face.